Our first reading is very interesting. It is the beginning of the story of Abraham. But Abraham's name wasn't always Abraham. Abraham meaning father of many nations. Abram, great father. Or just father even, I think. He lives in Ur of Chaldeans. It's in ancient Mesopotamia. And we're talking about 4,000 years ago, the time of Abraham. So Abram hears this voice, and that claims to be a God he's never met, a God he's never heard of. None of the people in his area worship this God. And this God is going to claim that I will bless you, the people who bless you, and curse the people who curse you, and I will make a great nation of you, and you will be a great blessing to all the communities of the world. Oh, by the way, I'm the only God. There's no other God. I know everyone else on earth right now says there's a bunch of gods. No, they're all wrong, and I'm the one God. Imagine if you knew Abram, like you were living in modern day Armenia, northern Iraq. You're like, Abram, why are you packing up all your stuff? Well, this voice told me to take all my possessions and family and travel to this place I've never been before. It's called Canaan. I've never been there. It's very exciting. You heard a voice. Okay. Lots of people hear voices, Abram. You got a good life here. Maybe you shouldn't, upend the whole thing and travel hundreds and hundreds of miles on faith. On faith. That the words of this God will come true. That if I do what he says, it's going to work out. I don't know the road that I'm going to travel. I don't even know where I'm going. Never been there before, never heard of it. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. But I know if I trust in this God, everything will work out for the better. Our gospel today, Peter, James, and John are singled out by Jesus. This isn't the first time that this has happened. In fact, earlier in Matthew's gospel, even amongst the apostles, Peter chose these three to be leaders amongst the leaders. And he invited them into the home of Jairus, the synagogue official. His daughter had died, and Jesus raised her from the dead. These three witnessed that. And so when Jesus calls their three names, by the way, poor St. Andrew. Like James and John, give me the brothers, and Peter. No, Andrew, stay. Andrew, now you're not coming today yet. Stay there. Peter, come. Let's go. So, it's like, it could be two groups of brothers, but whatever. So these three guys, they probably knew, like, okay, we're in for something. Last time he did this, he raised a little girl from the dead. I wonder what's going to happen. And despite that, despite all the experiences they've had, despite what they've seen and heard from Jesus, nothing could prepare them for the Transfiguration. For a moment, Jesus took his humanity and put it to the side and said, "Behold my divinity. Moses and Elijah come to me." And his glory was poured out before them. And all Peter could utter was, it's good that we're here. This is a good thing. I don't really understand, but this is clearly good. Maybe we should stay here forever. Let's build tents. They hear a voice from heaven. This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Listen to him. And they're afraid. Of course they're afraid. God himself is pouring out his divinity upon them. And then they look. And it's just Jesus. And as they're going down the mountain, I bet they were like, what just happened? What did we just see? James, did you see that too? Did you hear the voice? Okay, we're all on the same page. That was nuts. That's unlike anything the Lord's done. Lord, we got to tell everybody. You are to tell no one. What? What? Why? Why? No, Andrew, he's going to want to know. Until the Son of Man is raised from the dead, do not tell anyone of the vision. Seriously? Can we talk about it? Because I don't understand. I'm really confused. I'm afraid. I know it was a good thing, but okay. I will trust in you. I will listen to you. I don't know what all this means. I don't know what I just experienced. I don't know what you're referring to when you say the resurrection. They still hadn't figured that part out. And yet, despite everything they had seen, despite being witnesses to the Transfiguration, Peter and James would fail. They would abandon the Lord in his moment of need. Only John, 1 out of 3, got it right. They didn't know what was coming next. And they were unprepared for the gravity of Jesus' passion. And because of that, for a moment, Peter and James would lose faith. They'd get it back. Thank God. But during his passion, they would abandon him. Peter denied him explicitly. Yesterday morning, we all awoke and discovered that the United States military had, along with our Israeli allies, had executed strikes on the Islamic Republic of Iran. And, over the past few years, maybe since 20-something, whatever, there's always been things like this. Last summer, there were strikes on Iran. There's been strikes in Syria and Iraq. But this feels different, I don't think it's going to be a one-off. They killed the supreme leader. God only knows what the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is going to do in response to that. And I think rightfully so, all of us as Americans are very afraid. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. Are we at war? We'll find out. But what do we do in response to these things over which we have no control? There's, of course, the political aspect. There's important questions as to the legality, to the constitutionality, to strategy, to benefit for us, for the Iranian people. But right now, none of those questions are important for us. Those questions are important. But right now we have a different question. What do we do? How do we understand these things in light of our faith? And the Transfiguration gives us the means to understand and keep moving forward during times of immense fear and suffering.
This is my Son, in whom I
Jesus Christ demonstrates to us that divinity will break through into this world in an unimaginably glorious way. That through humanity as a bridge, divinity will make itself known on the face of earth. Do we trust in that idea? Do we trust and believe that God can use us to make himself present to this world? Do we believe that Jesus Christ, who is true God and true man, will not simply allow humanity to die in its own, to its own devices? Do we believe that God has a plan? That no matter how bad it gets, no matter how difficult it may be, Jesus Christ walks alongside us. He puts his hand on our shoulder and says, "Rise and do not be afraid." In moments like this, our faith is tested. Because it's so easy to just accept the ways of the world, that might makes right. That violence is the only means that we have for cooperation at the end of the day. And yet we as Christians accept that the world will do as it does, and we have opinions about it. We have opinions about what's right and wrong. But no matter what happens, no matter how much we suffer, we know and trust that there is something better for us in the end. That if we stick by Jesus' side, he will take care of us. Like Peter, James, and John coming down the mountain, we've all seen things that get us here, that make us believe. We've had experiences. And we've looked and seen things that give us the belief that Jesus is the Son of God. Trust in that idea. Believe in him. He has a plan. All we need to do is stay by his side.